Let's talk to you about crime numbers.
According to California Department of Justice data, from 2019 to 2023, violent crime is up about 8%. Property crime up by 14%.
Politics, 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 politics.
I said, well, why didn't you just say who did it? Fuck doing time for something you ain't do. He said, I took the rap for Kelsey.
Okay, I'm over here with my own music in my head. Excuse me.
What, you got music in your head?
Yeah, I was hearing some like techno.
Woman to be in a full argument with a man and be like, this is point A of why I'm upset. Point B is what you did. Point C is how you did it, how I found out, and why I'm upset. And the man will still text back and be like, what you mean?
What you mean?
Under intense scrutiny. I also want to thank the rest of our team, our investigators. They had to work so hard in order to bring this case together.
Why lie?
Thank you. I am Tanisha Wright. I am the director of the Bureau of Victim Services. I first and foremost want to express my sincere condolences to the victim for the pain and the trauma that she has had to experience over the past few years. Violence against Black women and girls is a long-standing national epidemic that has long been overlooked and underreported. Women of color are also more likely to be victim blamed and shamed for their experiences, especially in high-profile trials involving violence against women. No victim should ever have to feel belittled or attacked. Women of color also deserve specific and concrete solutions that will contribute to the decrease in incidents of gender-based violence.
Get it on to the breathless. I kill every eye for my checklist. With the gas mask running through the drop list. We bring it back, keep the door, stay active. Yeah!
My name is Alex Bott. I'm one of the deputy district attorneys who prosecuted this case, along with my colleague, Kathy Taw. Today, the judge sentenced the defendant, Tory Lanez, to 10 years in state prison. Not only did the defendant do the heinous act of shooting her, he then subjected her to 2.5 years of hell. Megan showed the courage to come forward and speak her truth.
If that's the case, she should absolutely go to jail. But if she just didn't know who did it and she thought he was the person who did it and everybody around her saying he did it, then no, she shouldn't go to jail. She just didn't know what happened.
Her wasn't around her. It was only them four.
You're talking about perjury.
Hold on,
correct.
Hold on.
It's scary. And it gets scarier the more you dig through the rabbit hole, because the deeper you go, the quicker you realize this is much bigger than Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. There's a lot more characters at play here. As far as I'm concerned, Megan Thee Stallion was also used as a pawn in this situation. This is much deeper than celebrity culture. This goes to politics, like George Gascon.
Now at 10:30, face-off tonight in the race for the LA DA's office. Current DA George Gascon and challenger Nathan Hawkman squared off over who is better equipped to curb crime and keep LA residents safe.
As a district attorney, I will hold everybody accountable.
Incumbent DA George Gascon making the case to keep his job from challenger former Assistant U.S. Attorney Nathan Hawkman.
His record is a record of public safety failure, where violent crimes, property crimes, hate crimes, shoplifting, human trafficking is up either double digits or triple digits since he started.
Go look up the history. Don't everybody believe in Google? Go Google that shit. See what I'm talking about.
Let me just talk to you about crime numbers. I was running LAPD CompStat while Mr. Hawkman was defending the wealthy to avoid paying taxes.
According to California Department of Justice data, from 2019 to 2023, violent crime is up about 8%. Property crime up by 14%.
Politics, 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 politics.
Why lie?
Hawkman blasting Gascon's progressive policies.
We need to send a very strong message of enforcement, accountability, and ultimately deterrence to those residential burglars.
It's the dystopian view of our community. It's feeding into the worst of us instead of looking to see how can we work together.
Now can we work together?
I'm not doing that again. Not ever.
Gascon arguing his approach is working has led to greater police accountability and reduced jail overcrowding. A new LA Times UC Berkeley poll shows Hawkman with a 30-point lead, with 51% support to Gascon's 21%.
This DA has enacted is blanket policies that say he is not going to prosecute quality of life crimes. What does that involve? That if a police officer comes up to a homeless encampment and sees someone shooting up with meth, heroin, fentanyl, he won't let him prosecute.
That's crazy. That's crazy talk.
When you listen to my opponent, you're often listening to code talk for mass incarceration. You're often listening to someone that believes
I think that the fact that the polling actually that came out today that shows us 30 points ahead.
First and foremost, we got a George Soros funded prosecutor named George Gascon who was prosecuting this case. He was at the time coming off of his second recall attempt. He was in severe trouble as he had lost support in numerous key demographics to his electoral success, including Black women. And he needed to do whatever he could to possibly win this election. I believe if Jesus Christ was Tory Lanez's attorney, Tory Lanez would have still lost this case. Down. When Gascon first got elected, a lot of his progressive policies sounded great in theory, and it sounded like something that the people of LA wanted. Like
this dude right here, people. Cricket. This dude right here. The reason why Tory Lanez is doing 10 years.
And he look cricket. Anybody ain't got a top lip thing. It's always something bigger. It's always in the background something bigger, especially when it's something they put out here so hugely. It's a reason behind it. It ain't never just the crime at hand. It's something in the back politicking.
I never like to put receipts up, but let me go ahead and just pull it
Man,
out.
free him.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what Tory said to me. Hold on. In the text message between Tory and I said, yo, he said, what's good? I said, how you surviving that bullshit? Wish we could have sat down before you left. Because you know me and him hung out with Madonna when they were messing around. Don't believe me? Take a look at this photo. That actually I have a crazy plan when I get back that I think you should know and be a part of, because I'm only going to do one interview. And he said he's been gone 2.5 years. I said, I want to be a part of that plan. He said, it's honestly a bunch of suppressed evidence that was kept away from me during trial. I said, Wack told me that, but didn't say what. He said, like, through trial, they keep saying it was inconclusive on the gun DNA, but I always knew I never touched the gun. So I asked my lawyer to retest it. And sure enough, I was 102% excluded completely from everything, just like I said. I said, well, why didn't you just say who did it? Fuck doing time for something you ain't do. He said, I took the rap for Kelsey.
Oh.
Dang.
Oh.
Well.
Oh.
Fuck doing time for something you ain't do.
Said it the last podcast we had, maybe a year ago when this shit first dropped. I said it.
I didn't see it.
That Tory Lanez did not shoot or right.
Okay.
That it was Megan's best friend because Tory did. Kelsey
this was over some.
This was over some dick.
Some langy lang.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ladies, y'all got to, that langy lang can't get you like that now. Y'all got to stay sane.
Yeah.
He said, I took the rap for Kelsey, never wanted her to go to jail, and I never wanted Megan to get hurt or anything. So in me stopping her from getting shot, I got the raw deal. Crazy how life works. And to think they made me the poster boy for the unprotection of Black women, when in all honesty, I protected 2 Black women, one from getting shot and one from going to jail. Never said nothing in 8 to 10 years for them to live. It's a crazy, crazy place we live in. I said, but why you ain't just say that? Nigga, when I got shot, I told. And he said, I lost my mother at 11 years old. I couldn't sleep with myself. I was the reason for taking a mother away from her kid. I just couldn't do it.
Wow. Wow.
Oh.
Wow. Wow.
And you know what?
Wow.
Jason Lee with that.
Wow.
He always clocking.
What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on that? What's your thoughts?
My thought is I would like to get into Jason Lee's phone.
Why?
Because he got all the tea in it, information that nobody has. I would like to get in his phone. Are you looking for one female lover? No, I'm just saying. No, that's sad. That's horrible.
Gabby says, isn't he getting deported after he gets free? I believe so. Oh, I don't know. If he gets exonerated, that might not have, you know what I mean? It may just be like, you can do what you want. And they may even give him citizenship.
Yeah.
You know what? For us, we apologize. We want to grant you citizenship in America. So now you have dual citizenship. So who knows what the payout would be from this? So that's a good question, though.